said last time that our body has 4 dimensions. Number 1 is our physical body, our mind, the heart, which is the emotion, and also there's another dimension, which is our essence. The body only knows pleasures, that only knows eating, sleeping, reproduction, and so on. That sort of pleasures that everybody knows. The mind is a little bit more intellectual, knows happiness. But the happiness that mind knows is something that has to be happy about. Something has to happen from outside to be happy about. The heart knows love, and love as a form of emotion and sensation. But the essence part of us that we would like to talk about knows ecstasy. And when I talk about ecstasy, I mean love, joy, peace, and overall truth. Because if you look at every action that human being does, we are looking for happiness. Everyone who's listening to this program right now, what is the bottom line that they want to get out of this? What is the bottom line? They want to listen to that, they want to learn it, they want to apply it. What is the bottom line? We want to be happy. We want to be joyful. Because there is this joy that we remember from the divine, from the place that we are coming from. And when we just got into this body, the physical body, we forgot all about that. And all our lives are looking, we are searching for that joy, which was unconditional and uninterruptible joy. It was not the kind of joy would come and go. It was not like that. It was not like something that you have to inject to yourself, the happiness from outside. It was some consistent, permanent, uninterruptible joy. Now, that joy is not outside. Now, I would give you some examples that how we got into this trick of mind. And that's why we are here tonight, to get ourselves out of it. Now, as I said, the mind thinks that it can find us that happiness that we are looking for. So what the mind did to us, to all of us, is the first thing it did is created this character which is identified totally with the physical body, with the mind, anything that goes in the mind, and with the emotion that was happening within this body. So it created this character who is only limited to these 3 dimensions. Now, with this character, with these 3 dimensions, now this mind is trying to go and find us happiness. Now, this new character has no base. I call it our egoic self. It's based on this illusion of the mind that I am this body which has all these thoughts going on in it, and these emotions that has the result of all those thoughts. So obviously there are so many thoughts goes in my mind every day. 60,000 thoughts goes in our mind in average. Some of them are positive, some of them are not so positive. Some of them are good, some of them not so good. They are judgmental kind of thoughts. They are some negative thoughts. Different kinds of thoughts is going on into my mind. So if I identify myself with that kind, whatever that's going on in my mind, obviously I don't like my own company. Obviously I don't like myself. that's for sure I am looking for something to add into myself to feel better. So therefore, here I am with this character. I'm trying to now go into this world and achieve, and add into myself. My money, my house, my car, my title, my science, my this and that. It's all about me. Look at me. I'm better than you. That's what the mind is doing. This character has so many specific characteristics that I would like to talk about. So we definitely, we know it for sure that any action that comes from it, we catch it right there and then. So we know this is right coming from the ego and is not coming from essence. Okay? The characteristics of ego are very straightforward. I put them in a list so that I don't forget. One of the things that as I mentioned, the most important thing, this character is based on the identification of totally of this body and the mind and the emotion. So that is this character. It also identifies with whatever has happened in the past as a history. I am my history. Here I am, me with my history, with my baggage. So that's what I am. So it's very much connected to the past. This mind is very competitive, this character. He wants to win. He wants to be better than anybody else. He wants to prove that other people are wrong and he is right, always. Bringing other people down to raise himself up. That's the characteristic of ego. This is the human being we're talking about, is regardless of the culture. Regardless of the culture. Because if you look at yourself, as I am going through this list of egoic self, I'm sure you find some of them, if not all of them, in you. It is all in us. It's all in us. But the point is that we have to just recognize them and realize that that is my egoic self that is acting like this. So it goes, this ego is, as I said, is very competitive. He wants to be better than anybody else. And it is very much criticizes himself. It's a self-critic. And because it's very much self-critic, it criticizes others the same way, even worse. It is extremely judgmental. Anything that it sees immediately passes judgment. It passes a judgment, good and bad. It is very opinionated. It has an opinion about anything and everything. Anything it sees, there is something to say about it. This ego, it's all about him. It's all about me, and this thing as, look at me. Look at me, look at my look, I am better than you, my wealth is better more than you, my knowledge is more than, so I am better than you. Unless we discover our true self, which is, I call it universal self, universal I. We are still tangled in this hands and this ropes and this chain of this ego. So we are trapped with it. I just want you to identify it before even we go and try to maneuver around it.